systems can pop up very quickly this time of year. This is the peak at September 10th, the actual day that we see the most storms over the years. We haven't gotten there yet. Forget about tropical weather. I mean, we've got our own situations to deal with. A roof collapse in Venice today at a bank, as well as several mobile homes destroyed, or at least ripped apart, a couple days ago, and then the flooding problems we saw on Manatee Avenue. So storms can pop up quickly. We talked about it last night that this system has a chance of developing, but this is what happened in 2005. And get a look at Katrina. This became a major hurricane, Category 5 at one point. It actually started right by the Bahamas and then worked across South Florida, and then in the Gulf over the very warm water, developed into a 5 with winds up to 190 miles an hour. It went down to a 3 right before it made landfall in New Orleans, and it was weakening as it did so, but it created the strongest and highest storm surge ever recorded in U.S. history at 28 feet right into Mississippi. And that's 3 stories high, if you want to get a feel for that. $100 billion damage, and again, 1,500 people died as a result of Katrina, most of them in New Orleans as a result of the flooding and the barriers and the dikes breaking there. As Lakewood Ranch webcam goes, you can see quite a bit of clouds around this afternoon with some very heavy rainfall at times. That rain at the rate of 2 inches per hour, which is fairly typical for a moist environment. And that's what we saw today in Mayaca City. Get a look at that shelf cloud. Very interesting. It's attached to the storm, so that's called a shelf cloud. This sometimes goes out ahead of it. That's a roll cloud, and that's when it's separated from the actual storm itself. Another perspective of a different one. Jan Foster from University Parkway, and boy, a lot of lightning out there. Lightning has been very intense as of late, and it still kind of lingers even after the big storms move on, so keep that in mind. Even though we have light rainfall there in Inglewood, there's another storm developing. You can see that just near Punta Gorda. This shows you that the energy is still in the atmosphere. And boy, Arcadia getting hit by another heavy storm with a few lightning strikes there. So I would expect the showers and storms to continue here for the next hour or so, and it looks to be a little bit of an active night, especially inland counties for the next couple of hours there. But light rain from Inglewood to Venice. South Venice, 2.5 inches of rainfall. Also into Bradenton, just to the west of downtown, over 2.5 inches estimated from the Doppler radar site. And Wauchula, you're not over yet. You had a big storm just about an hour ago, another one headed in your direction. Don't expect anything severe, but heavy rainfall is going to be an issue because the ground is really saturated right now, and we do have flood advisory still in effect for some of the rivers and streams across our viewing area. Futurecast showing that most of the rain over by 9 o'clock tonight, and then we'll see a good chance for scattered storms tomorrow. I don't think as widespread of a rain event that we saw today, simply because there's a little drier air that will settle in. It's now parked to the east of the state. But by Friday, showers and storms could cause some problems for the high school football action in the afternoon and evening, although this particular model not indicating as much. But by the weekend, a tropical wave will get close to us and bring us an enhanced storm, I think, on into Monday and Tuesday. I mentioned that wave. Right there it is. This is the one we're watching as it makes its way to the west. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Right now, the European model has backed off on it developing, and this one coming off the coast of Africa, a fairly significant wave, that's going to move into the north central Atlantic. But the European model, which yesterday had a close low, today does not. So that's good news. It does once it gets into the northern portion of the Gulf of Mexico on Wednesday of next week. That would increase our winds too, by the way. There'll be more offshore too throughout Tuesday and Wednesday. For boaters, east winds at 10 knots. Seas will be running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. And the 7-day forecast, keep your umbrellas handy. Heavy showers and storms each and every afternoon, it looks like, and maybe a better chance for some more widespread rain depending upon that tropical wave come Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob.